BT Sport staff hold in for training after Sutton and Owen's on-air bust-up. BT Sport pundits have been given additional training to help in the way they report concussions following a heated on-air row between two of their biggest talents. Back in February, Chris Sutton labeled Michael Owen a caveman in an extraordinary clash on live TV. The two former Premier League strikers were discussing concussion injuries during halftime of the Benfica vs Ajax Champions League clash. Ajax star Lisandro Martinez was involved in a clash of heads with Nicolas Otamendi during the first half in Lisbon, but despite appearing to be in distress, continued. Sutton is a leading advocate for player welfare after his father, a former footballer, died in 2020 after being diagnosed with dementia. The ex-Chelsea and Blackburn forward has previously stated football was in the dark ages when it came to the consequences of brain injuries and has passionately pushed for reform ever since. Following Lisandro's injury, he was asked if players needed additional protection. Absolutely. Until IFAB step up and change the concussion protocols, they are not looking after player welfare. Player welfare isn't put right within the game. You saw the horrible incident at the weekend when Robin Koch carried on after a serious head injury. Football doesn't care. It needs to start caring. He needs to come off the pitch to the sanctuary of the dressing room and get checked by an independent doctor. In the meantime, he is replaced by a temporary substitute, so you are not numerically disadvantaged. It is common sense. Why are IFAB not stepping up? Owen then dismissively categorized the issue as bumps and bangs on the head before a clearly agitated Sutton replied, "Hang on a minute, concussion is a bump and a bang. How do you know that is not a concussion?" And then after comparing a concussion to a broken leg, Sutton branded the Liverpool legend a caveman for his views on the issue. Following the disagreement, Mail Sport has learned that BT Sport staff have been hauled in for extra training and warned not to downplay incidents. Cited examples include describing a player as being wobbly after a clash of heads or praising a player as brave or a warrior for playing on. The charity Concussion Legacy have put on the workshops, with those covering all sports given additional information. Speaking about the row with Owen, Sutton said he had a lot of respect for his colleague but added, "I couldn't be anything other than disappointed with what he said, and I could not do anything other than pull him up on it, because this means a lot. If the type of ignorance Michael displayed is reflective of how ex and current players are really thinking about head injuries and concussion, then we are in a whole lot of trouble because they need to know the dangers." Earlier this year, Premier League clubs agreed to introduce additional concussion substitutes, although there is still heated debate over whether they are being used correctly by teams.